So this scholarship is going to be covering your tuition fee. You are going to be getting a living allowance of 35,707 Australian dollars per year for the entire duration of your degree. You also get your student health insurance covered. Now, the amazing thing about this scholarship is there is no separate application that is required. Once you apply for admission, they are going to assess you and your eligibility. And when they are offering you admission, you will know whether you are going to be getting the scholarship along with it or not. Now, what is the eligibility criteria? To be eligible for this scholarship, you must not be a citizen of Australia or New Zealand. You must make sure you meet their entry requirements to enroll into a doctorate degree. You must also meet the English language proficiency. You have to also nominate a research focus outline as part of your application. I'll be showing you how to do that. You have to enroll as a full-time student. Now, the application is currently open and the deadline is September 13th, 2026, 11:59 p.m. Australian time. Now, I'm going to be showing you how to apply for the scholarship and what the scholarship covers. Anyway, the Victoria University International Research Scholarship is currently open. And you can see the offer for scholarship. We have the research training program stipend, which is what I just talked about. We have the Tony Kroger Education for Social Justice Doctoral Research Scholarship. Now, if you are interested in doing anything, any PhD degree in education, social justice, you can check out this Tony Kroger scholarship because you may be eligible for it. Then the China Scholarship Council is for Chinese citizens, and then we have the project-based scholarship. Now, you already know, if you have been watching my videos previously, the project-based scholarship are scholarship that there is already supervisor for it. There's already topic, right? You just have to see if you meet the eligibility and then you apply for it. Now, you can see that for most of the project-based scholarship, your stipend is already covered and the tuition fee is also covered. Do you understand? The only thing they don't cover is if you have to write an English language test, they do not cover it, and they do not cover your travel cost from overseas. So the first thing I'll be showing you is how to apply for project and industry research scholarship, and then I'll now come back and show you how to apply for the international research scholarship. Remember, I said for the international research scholarship, there is no separate application for it. So you click on project and industry research scholarship and it's going to take you to this page. So you are going to see externally funded research project and the rest. So I'm just going to be clicking on distributed evolutionary computation for green AI. Now, this is the topic of the research. This is what the research is all about. These are the names of the supervisors. Now, eligibility, it is open to Australian citizens, permanent residents or international applicants for PhD only. Do you understand? And it is funded by the Australian Research Council Linkage Project. So if you are interested in this and you have questions, you can reach out. This is the email address of the head supervisor. And if you want to apply for it, you can just click on application guide for this particular project. Click on the application guide, read it and follow the procedure, and then you can apply. Same with the others. Just make sure that as I showed you before, eligibility, it shows that international applicants are also eligible to apply, because it's not all that international applicants are eligible for. We also have the industry supported scholarship, kind of like the same thing. Just read it, check if you're eligible, and then you can apply. And please make sure you check the deadline. You can see that the deadline differ from the scholarship I spoke about before. And please make sure you check the deadline. You can see that the deadline differ from the scholarship I spoke about before. So now I'll go back and now show you how to apply for the international research scholarship. So that's the RTP scholarship. So what we are going to do is we are going to be looking at the academic requirements. So just click on this link. When you click on it, it's going to take you to the applying for graduate research page. Now, the first thing you are going to do is you are going to select a suitable study level. Now, the good thing about this is that they have divided it into two places. Now, you either apply for the Institute for Health and Sports. Now, under the Institute for Health and Sports, if you are interested in research on sports, on anything medical, on social and policy research, then you click on the link, so PhD or Masters of Research. Remember that particular research scholarship, that's the research training program scholarship, is for Doctor of Philosophy. Or you apply under the Institute for Sustainable Industries and Livable Cities. Now, for this is those that are interested in arts, in business, education, engineering, law, science and economics, you apply under that. So you now click on Doctor of Philosophy. You click on Doctor of Philosophy. Once you do that, it's going to take you to this page. Now in this page, you can see this is Doctor of Philosophy. Please make sure you are viewing as an international student, right? Now you see the overview, and then you see your study will address important contemporary issues such as, so you can make sure that when you are doing your proposal, your research proposal, you can tailor it to answer one of these questions. So you can see that if you're interested in AI, is there. If you're interested in business and financial system, is there. Economics is there, and legal system is there. Do you understand? So as I told you, this thing covers engineering, it covers economics and the rest. So you can just pick something you're interested in here, and then before you apply, we'll now go back to our application page. If you are sure this is what you want to apply for, we go back to our apply page, right? And then what do you do next? We check your eligibility. So you check your eligibility for the English language requirement and your eligibility for the admission. For the eligibility for the admission, you just check on the page. So let me just show you this particular one. The entry requirement is talked about the academic qualification here, so you can read it, additional information and the rest. And also the eligibility is that they are going to consider your education, work experience, current skills, personal attributes where relevant. So you can read it and make sure that you meet the eligibility for the course you are applying for. Now for the English language entry requirement, we just click on the link, and once you do that, it's going to take you to this page, right? So in this page, you're just going to click on the guide to English language requirement, and once you click on that, it's going to take you to this page. Now this page, you're going to see that for those that English is not their first language, or they have not done any studies in English, you have to make sure that you provide evidence of this, and this is the minimum scores and the standard scores that you can give. And also remember that this test cannot be older than 2 years old, right? The last one is if your qualification was delivered in Australia or in a specified English speaking country. So you can see for Africa, Kenya is eligible, South Africa is eligible, Zambia, that's all I can see here. So you can just read this particular web page to understand the English language requirements. Read and understand if you need to submit a proficiency test, English language proficiency test. So then we'll go back to our application. After you have checked your eligibility, the next thing you're going to do is find a research focus outline. It's very important you find a research focus outline because your application must align with one of the research focus outline. So the RFO just means every university typically have a particular research outline that they are working with. So their research teams or research topic, that is their area of strength or the areas they are interested in. So they are telling you that you have to make sure that your research proposal aligns with one of that. You don't want a situation where you are doing, like, let me say labor, you're writing a proposal on, let me say, labor economics or so, when your university area of interest or your research area is majorly like econometrics, the likelihood of you getting a supervisor or even getting accepted is quite low. So what you do is that you click on view research focus outline. Once you click on that, it's going to take you to this page. Now this page, you're going to be seeing all the research team. You can streamline it, but I'm putting all. So you're going to be seeing all the research teams. You just make sure that you click on one that probably aligns with what you're interested in. I want to do something on climate change, right? This is the RFO that I'll be clicking, so I'm just going to be clicking on it. So as I said, if you're interested in one of this topic, governance, economics, ethical, climate change curriculum, something like this. If you're interested in like climate change curriculum and stuff like this, what you first do is, as I told you, look at the RFO number. These are the supervisors. This is what their research is about. Do you understand? Now if you are interested in this, the first thing you do is just click on email supervisor. Now put in mind that this is not your supervisor, you're just sending an expression of interest to see if you are suitable for it. Once you click on the supervisor, just send them a message to discuss interest in this and also include your CV, and then they will get back to you, because they said it up here that to be considered for admission to a research program and to be eligible for a scholarship, your application must align with one of our research focus outline. Select one or more outlines. So you don't have to, it's not only one you can send to, you can send to more than one that you're interested in. Select one or more outlines that closely match your research interest and experience, and contact the principal supervisor to discuss your suitability. I already showed you how to do that. Now after you have done that, we'll go back. Once you are done with that, the next step is to identify a priority field of research and supervisor. So you must include the priority field of research code in your application. I showed you how to do that, and research proposal, which closely aligns with your area of interest. Now these are the priority areas. So they say application across all code listed will be considered. However, we will prioritize applications that align to priority codes. So these are the priority FOR codes. So if you are doing something like Abojewin and Torres Straits, applied economics, applied maths, these are priority areas. What they're just telling you is that research under these areas will be given higher priority when they are considered. Now, how do you identify a supervisor? We'll just use our find a researcher search to help identify supervisor. So this is it. Let's say FRO division. Yes, FRO division. I was doing something on show or 34 options. For the FRO division, let's say I want to apply for applied economics. So I'll click on this. Unless I want to check somebody that is doing history, heritage and archaeology. Let me click on finish. Click on finish. Then we'll click on availability. So you want to look for someone that is available for PhD supervision. Okay, so it's streamlined already, and now you can see them now. So for those that are interested in economics, this guy is under economics. This is under creative art and writing. And so if you're interested in one of them, you just click on the page, read about them, read about their research, see if it aligns with yours, and look at their research output, look at their funded research. So look at their supervision. So these are the students that they are currently supervising. You can just check it out, and you can just check it out. Now if you are interested in them and you see that you want to make them supervise you, what you have to do is click on. Okay, so for some reason, I do not know why this guy doesn't have his email address here. So let's go back and check for one person that has their own email address. Normally it's supposed to be above or below the number. Okay, this one has this email address, right? So you can just check them out, and then what you do is after you have identified your potential supervisor, you have to contact them, and then you now see if they will give you approval for your research project. Right now, if they have agreed to supervise you, you are going to download this form. This is called the HDR prospective supervisor form. They are going to sign it and they are going to fill it. You are going to include, after they have signed it and fill it, you are going to upload it when you are applying for your application to your degree. If you do not submit the HDR prospective supervisor form, your application will not be considered. So make sure you read this, and after you are done, the next thing you are going to do is prepare your research proposal. So they already gave you the format with the word count. They just want it to be 2 pages maximum, and you should follow the word count on how to do this. Then the next thing is, when you are done, you are going to be submitting your application. Now the documents you'll be needing is your transcript, your certificate, your research proposal. Make sure your research proposal includes your supervisor's name and the research focus outline and the priority focus of research as I showed you earlier. Then you need to also do a 200-word personal statement. And the personal statement, you must include your reason for wanting to undertake this research and your academic path or trajectory. You have to submit an up-to-date CV and a signed HDR prospective supervisor form. I already showed you how to download that. Now they showed you a format for your personal statement. So once you click on the personal statement, this is the personal statement format. So you are going to fill it, put your name here, following questions, right? And then you are going to be uploading it when you are applying for your course. So after you have gotten all those documents, you have gotten your supervisor, you have gotten everything, you're just going to be clicking on the Victoria University International application field. Okay, so you're not applying via an agency, you're applying directly to Victoria University, right? Click on apply now. So after you click on that, it's going to ask you for your citizenship. So I'm just Ghanaian. Okay, are you in Australia? No, I am not in Australia. Where do you live? I live in Ghana. Do you want the support of an agency while applying online by yourself? No, I do not want the support of an agency. And then you can click on start your application. Just enter the information, create your account, application type, then you can now apply. So that's all for this scholarship. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.